Alright, so, hmm, we'll start with. Alright, so, as y'all can see, I'm just like doing some extra bit of stuff or whatever. I didn't see nothing important as to like why like I'd show this part, so I figured instead like I just like do some searching, grinding, and shit, whatever. Why I do this Pokemon review. So yeah, like I was saying before, like I stopped playing Pokemon Crystal Clear, right? And it's like I kind of really didn't go into crazy details about it. Like yeah, I kind of went into it a little bit, but I feel like I didn't dedicate like a video or whatever to it. Like I feel like I didn't like do like that crazy of a dedication on it. So, like I said before, it's like first, it's like first episode I do with the shit. It's like it's the normal whatever. Like okay, so I go beat Brock or whatever, and at first okay, like I get a call from the Pokemon League. This seems pretty dope. Like it seems like this is gonna be something, and it's but it ends up being the same thing when I go to the next thing and when I go to the next gym. And after a while, I'm like, okay, so where's the rest of the story then? Because my whole thing is, I'm like, is this really it? It's like, is this what it's supposed to just be? Like me just like constantly like trying to like just beating gyms. It's like, yo, I can do that easily. It's pretty easy to do. And it's like I'm coming off of playing this game called Pokemon White version. It's a ROM hack. And basically what that one is basically Fire Red, except like you get to go across multiple regions. Will I do a playthrough of that? I highly doubt it. Just because it's like it's more I'd say it's more of like the training and balance aspect of it, which is why I won't do it. Because it's like my Pokemon are like on level like they like in the 90s now. And if it's one thing, I'll worry about him later. If it's one thing that's weird, like about the guy or whatever, it's the fact that if there's one thing weird about the game or whatever, it's the fact that it just takes forever. It's like why am I gonna put y'all through like some mess like that? Oh shit. I was not expecting that. Hold on. Shot the shit out dude in that song. Alright, trying to be careful with music I play. Cause it's like I got shit on here. Oops. But yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I won't be playing white. I would rather play Pokemon Reborn or Pokemon Rejuvenation before I play that, just because it's like at least then I feel like it's more of a story aspect and it ain't the same shit in my opinion, at least. Let me actually save this time. But yeah, it's like less of It's not as much. Yo, why they keep giving me the same enemy? All right, but yeah, it's not like the same shit or whatever. And then now that, I feel like, cause I seen Shofu play the game. Well, not all of it, but I seen him play enough of it to the point where it's like I know that the story for it is actually rather pretty interesting. It's kind of like out of like the ordinary Pokemon. It's like completely darker and shit. It's just weird, and I fucks with that. Let me see what this guy got. Uh, Still don't want that wood armor though. Probably take this can off your hands though. But yeah, it's like, but that's probably reasons why like I'd rather play Pokemon Reborn. As for as for what's the name, Crystal Clear, it's like I got tired of like the same shit. It's like shit just gets repetitive, and I mean not just like crazy repetitive. I mean just repetitive to like an extreme. Cause it's like gold's yeah, gold is a thing there because he's a thing there. I guess the creators or whatever then put into account that like yeah, gold defeated everything, everything. How did he dodge that? But yeah, like gold defeated everything. So that means it's no Team Rocket. No like split sub thing of Team Rocket. Like Giovanni's not even a thing. Like Giovanni's not even a thing. So it's like, what am I even doing this for? What, to talk shit about Gary? I'm like, I talk shit about Gary anyway. So it's like, what else am I really doing that for? I don't know. I really don't. Crud. But yeah, it's like I'm at the point where it's like okay, so by the time I get to yeah, by the time like first when I get to Faulkner, it's just the easy trash or whatever. Trash him, go about my day type of shit. I do some traveling. Oh yeah, I kind of like what they did with Viridian Forest, but I don't at the same time because it's like it still wasn't that much stuff to it. It's just me, like I just did like a quick battle or whatever, and like one of the things the game advertised was the fact that like oh yeah, they're like we updated, we did this, we did that, we did this and that, like you know, it's like the game's better, all this stuff, blah blah blah. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I'm like, yeah, you bring back like a relatively big area and all that, but the one thing you forgot to do was, yeah, like put like a storyline or something with it. Like, and I'm gonna keep saying that. Like, that's the sad part. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that. It's one of the major things the game lacked. Like, it's no real story. It's just like, okay, he's like, it's like I'm from Powelltown or I'm from Johto. It's like Red's not a thing no more. Like Red don't even really matter at this point because Gold's like his own person now. Like you're not Gold, and because you're not Gold, is literally nothing to do. Hmm. Is that Steph Cross? Can't wait to see that later. Alright, but yeah. It's like, it's literally nothing to do. And that's very unfortunate because it's like, y'all basically just took out like every element that made the game fun. Because it's like, yeah, beating the gyms and all that, that's pretty cool, but it's like, what else is there after it? Like, what do you do after? After you beat the gym, after you become the Pokemon League champion? It's like, when I was gold, it's like I was, it's like, yeah, like I wasn't, it's like I wasn't doing like some of the same shit or whatever, but at the same time, I don't know, I just blabbed. Um, yeah, like, yeah, everything just like kind of just overlapped for a second. Um, my whole thing is after, like, as gold, after I beat the Pokemon League, like, I, I fought like another Pokemon League, and then from there, I beat what's the name? I beat what am I talking about? Red or Gold? Yeah, like as Gold, like after I beat the Pokemon League, I beat the other leagues. Well, not the other leagues. You get what I mean? I took on the other gyms. I beat them. I fight the Pokemon League again, and then just when I think the game's over and it's repetitive, like the first one and shit, like, oh yeah, why don't you go to Mount Moon? I think it's Mount Moon. Mount Silver, I mean, yeah. Why don't you go to Mount Silver? So yeah, I go to Mount Silver, and lo and behold, like I end up like meeting Red, and that just added to the story, in my opinion. That made it feel like it was like that. That made it less pointless. Like, it brought like the fun back into the game, because it's like, okay, this is different. It's like they acknowledge the fact that I killed, like that I murdered the other gyms, like in the first one. They acknowledge the fact that I destroyed the Pokemon League. Wait, what you want to trade? Nah. Um, trying to think. Um, yeah, because the first one mainly it was beating the gyms, beating the Pokemon League, and then you think like, okay, that's it. Like that's all the game has to offer you. Like, nope, that's not the case. You can catch the legendary birds, and then you go straight to catching Mewtwo. And apparently, one thing I never knew as a kid, Mewtwo is actually technically part of the whole story. Mewtwo's like the after game. So in some ways, it's okay. That's pretty cool. But like besides that, this is relatively it. Okay, so yeah, so from Bugsy I go to Goldenrod. Like, of course, I'm able to get my elemental punches, so that was pretty cool. But as like I'm playing the game, it's like I trash this guy. No, I trash Whitney. We're not gonna talk about Frank. Frank was kind of weird. Like I never took in so many L's from a guy whose voice I made sound like extremely like dumb. But I mean, I guess I probably deserved that for making his voice sound extremely dumb. But I mean, that's how he was talking to me. Like it was, it's like I had to. So anyway, I go I forgot the main reason why I went there. So I go to yeah, so I go to Whitney, I trash her or whatever. And like I said, that's when I truly started becoming done with the game. That's what really did it right there. Cause it was literally like just basically the same thing again. Just me first and Whitney. Whitney cries. Da da. And it's like It's like before the Whitney fight even started. Like I told y'all, like I started slowly just writing in skits, and once I did that, that's when I knew the game was just done. Like it was too boring. Because like my best stuff usually comes whenever I can freestyle it. Like whenever I can just come off of the head with it. It's like if I can't come off the head with something, then it's like why even do it? That's one of the things why I like the Mega Man games. It's like a lot of those jokes it comes like from like my head. It's like you can say like, oh yeah, he's adding clips. Like man, clips just to describe like how I feel like in certain moments, or like how I see stuff in certain moments, or if I feel like y'all like I'm gonna go over your head with something. Cause you gotta understand, it's like stereotypically they give anime folks and all that like, well actually no, they give non yeah, they give anime folks and all that this reputation. Like they give y'all this stereotype that a lot of y'all don't mess with hip hop. And I mean, it's some of y'all like me that like really loves hip hop and all that. So we know about battle rap. We know about all this other stuff. So, so yeah, like I do that just in case like I'm going over your heads with something. So then you have a better idea of what you understand. Like for instance, if I was to just be like, talk to me nice, like how many of y'all actually gonna know what I'm talking about? Unless I put a clip in that, like a gun. Let me chill. But yeah, it's like how many of y'all actually gonna know what I'm talking about? Like nobody gonna know what I'm talking about. They're gonna be like, okay, whatever. Like we're gonna let that slide. And y'all don't realize like the funniness of the joke I probably said. Yeah, he really just killed himself on some. Uh, yeah, and it's like, what the? Oh my goodness, y'all. Alright. So yeah, so it's like that. And then again, like why? Hold on. Yeah. So it's like why? It's like why am I going to just let a joke fly over your heads? Especially if I can just add the clip and it won't like, and like I give the person credit and I like let they. It's like people won't subscribe to him because a lot of times like the videos I use is usually masked innocent. Like he's usually like the guy who I go to whenever I find something that's like, whenever I say something hilarious, or if I ever feel like I'm like triumphant or whatever. It's like it's like that dude usually has like a video that captures my mood. That usually captures like the feeling. The feeling of winning. Oh, he can break that. Okay, nah, I was assuming he couldn't break that. But yeah, it's like it's like dude usually has like the right video for me, so that's why like usually I'm quick to shout him out like all the time. It's like y'all really do need to subscribe to him. Like he is a pretty, he's great at what he do. Like he's really great at what he does. Wait, don't I already have that? Yeah, I already have a candle. But yeah, like dude's great at what he does. So it's like at that point, crud. I go from I got into from. All right. So yeah. All right. I'm getting ready to wrap this up then. because I can still do like one more vid. Alright. And that's like my whole thing though. It's like why yeah, I got real off topic. This was like the Pokemon view. But it's like yeah. It's like like the creators of that game shock like if you're listening to this, it's like I love the concept you was going with. Like being able to like venture off into anything. Like I love the freedom. That was pretty dope. But as far as story, like I get where that probably ended up like like messing everything up for you. I get that. But at the same time, man, I feel like you still should have at least put more effort in trying to figure out like a better way. If you did, that then if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Cause again, I'm pretty sure that you even put the time and effort to make a game like that, to even put in the concept that like, yo, we can actually do things this way. Like it's actually possible. It's actually possible for you to make a game, a Pokemon game where it's like you don't have to actually go on a line. It's like you don't need to go on the line. Like that's pretty dope. But again, it's like you really should have thought that out more. You sh- so if I was to rate the game like out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6. I'm not gonna say like so 6 for me is probably like okay. It's like would I play it again? Probably not. But then again, I won't play any Pokemon game again. I'm usually not quick to do like a double. Oh yeah, I might probably do Legends of the Arena too. But that's probably once it finishes completely. Cause that's a pretty. Cause it's like I've seen. It's like unfortunately, like I know most of the story to a T. So I'm probably gonna hold off on that for like another maybe a few more months. So then like I don't remember everything off the bat. Like as far as like story and all that goes. Cause it's like I still generally remember the characters. I still like literally remember the backstory to a point. And it's like even with the Mega Man games, it's like I still remember like a lot of stories to like a certain point, like what to do, like to a certain point, like as far as story and up goes. But at the same time, it's like it's been years since I played the game, so I'm not gonna know literally everything, and I'm not gonna literally remember like every story there is to it. So that's kind of why like I took into the series because I was like, okay, I haven't played one or two yet, so instantly I'm not gonna know anything that really happens in one and two. I'm not gonna be able to just like act like I know what to do. Like I gotta actually know what to do. Well, actually, you get what I mean. I gotta learn what to do. So, so yeah, yeah. So like, just about every reaction y'all see in this game is genuine. It's like the only mission I knew of really. Yeah, the only mission I knew of really was this particular one where I'm at right now. That's like the only Mega Man mission I knew. But anyway, like back to the Pokemon because that's what the review is about. That's another thing. Like relatively, the story wasn't really that much like different. Like the story wasn't that much the same. I keep going the wrong way. Yeah, the story wasn't relatively that much this different. It's like even the gym leaders kind of didn't really acknowledge the fact that gold was a thing. Like they wasn't like, wow, I haven't seen the train this good since gold. I haven't seen somebody trash me this good since gold. I haven't seen dun since gold. Like it's like I find it funny. I'm like, y'all was on Red's nuts. Y'all was on Red's nuts heavily, heavily, heavily. And then like Red just disappears off the face of the earth. Like he wasn't a thing or something. Yeah, Blue. Sorry. Yeah, Blue is still here. Blue is still here. I'm like, so where is Red at? And then, matter of fact, the only other part of the story that had me interested was the fact of like Blaine, like what happened to Blaine. I'm not gonna speak too much into it. I'm just saying like the whole Blaine thing, because apparently the volcano I guess still blew up or whatever, and I think they got like a new island. That's all I can say as far as that goes. And even that I think was probably like an extreme amount of spoiler. But besides that, it's like re- really everything was everything was really relatively the same. And it's like I think what I probably should have did, I probably should have just ran through Kento first instead of like going through Johto. Maybe then I probably would have chilled out. But my whole thing is I wanted to experience something different. But it's like battling Brock would just felt like the same as if I was playing Fire Red. Battling like yeah, so battling Faulkner felt the same as Gold and Silver. Yeah, so Shock, if you listen to this, man, it's like your game was nice and all that. It just wasn't for me. Maybe it's for other people, but it wasn't for me. Like as far as like in my opinion, if somebody hasn't played Pokemon, I'd still be hesitant to even recommend your game. Not because it was bad or nothing. That's not the reason. It's because of all that freedom. Because it comes with an advantage and with a disadvantage. So if the guy, like, if people end up going to the wrong gyms or trying to go to the wrong areas, then they can end up getting, like, just constantly destroyed. Like how I almost did. And I think it was episode 3. I think, yeah, because I think it was either episode 2 or 3. Like, I was on my way to New Barktown. And just about every Pokemon, like, in that grass was about maybe, I think, almost, like, I think I was like level 15 or whatever. The Pokemon were like level 25-ish, like 30-ish. Yeah, it's basically like me and the Bellsprout Tower, basically. And that was, and it's like, had I not persevered and had I not thought about constantly saving, I probably would have never got to New Barktown, like, to be honest. But I made it though, and that was a pretty cool thing. Uh, oh yeah, and then not only that, like the pet, like oh yeah, and then nothing. I guess that ended up being a good thing and a bad thing is you're technically not even associated with the professors in that game. It's like it's no real reason to see them. They're pretty much pointless at this point. Professor Elm gives you a Togepi. Like Professor Elm gives you a Togepi. Like you already get that from Mr. Pokemon to begin with. It wasn't really. Well, you get it eventually anyway. Yeah, you get it eventually anyway. So like Togepi really was pointless. It's like Professor. Well, not Togepi. Professor L was. Sorry about that. Professor Elm was pointless. Professor Oak was pointless. Like they don't do nothing. They don't. I didn't need them. You choose your starter like in the basically in the what character model you want screen. So it's like so at that point I'm just like why like what else do I need from you? Like I don't need nothing from you. You're irrelevant. That's another thing. A lot of characters start becoming irrelevant to me. Like like the radio station is pretty irrelevant. But so far, yeah. Oh yeah, one thing I like, I don't know if this was an Easter egg or not, or if these guys have like something to do with something big. But I like some of the Easter eggs y'all did as far as like Robert and Doom and that other guy in the radio tower. It's like I slowly noticed like a connection. So it's like these new people or whatever, y'all. So their name is one dude is Robert. Other guy was like Doom or whatever. Like it was good because like it added more flavor to the game. But that was about it. It just was like good to see like a couple refreshing faces, like refreshing new faces, better to say. But at the same time, it still didn't do nothing for me. Everything was still relatively the same. Like same Pokemon, same this, same that, same this, same that. Like yeah. So yeah, so maybe about a 6 out of 10. I want to say 5, but I feel like uh, I don't know. I feel like the choice of version he did was good. It's like he chose like a good version to do it for. Because in my opinion, Gold and Silver is like a great version to do it for. So that's why he gets that extra one from me, or else it'd be a 5. So okay, so final verdict. Would you recommend this game to a friend? I'd say, or to a new gamer. I'd say probably not. Yeah, probably not. Would you recommend it to? I'd recommend it to like a nostalgic Pokemon player, like somebody who hasn't played Pokemon for years. Like basically like a dude that's kind of been in my situation, but at the same time, like hasn't touched a Pokemon game in maybe 5, 10 years. Like you give them this game, they'll probably love it. They probably love the shit out of it. So with that, I'll catch y'all. Peace.